Okay, now we are going to the first quantitative measure, bank rate. Now what is bank rate? Commercial banks sometimes they take loan from the central banks. Now when you know that when we go to the commercial banks for loan, we don't get it for free. We have to mortgage a certain papers or property, anything. So when we go to the bank, we are asked to at least keep a certain part against which we are getting loans. Similarly, commercial banks, for the commercial banks, all the commercial banks, the central bank acts as a banker. So when commercial banks go to take loans from the central bank, even they have to keep certain papers against which the central bank gives them loan. So it is also known as bank rate is the rate at which the commercial banks can borrow from the central bank, that means the rate of interest, or it also means the rate at which the central bank discounts the bills of the commercial bank. So we all know that when we go for taking loans, if they charge us a very high interest rate, so normal logical people, do they want to take the loan that time when the interest rate against the loan, the cost of loan is very high? No. Similarly, when the commercial banks approach the central banks for giving them loan or money, the central bank's bank rate decides on how much loan the commercial banks will be taking. If the bank rate is high, that means commercial banks have to pay a greater interest against the loan, so they will not go for more loans at that time. But if the bank rate is less, so the commercial banks can take easy loans, so they will be taking the loans when the bank rates are low. So there can be two situations. Now RBI regulates all these things, means central bank fixes up this rates. What will be the ongoing bank rate? Now if suppose our central bank's name is RBI, so if RBI sets the bank rate higher, it means it is now costly for the commercial banks to take loan. So commercial banks now will take less loans from the central bank, and automatically commercial banks, if they have less money as loan, they will be able to extend the loan to the normal public also less. So commercial banks' credit creating capacity also decreases as they are falling short of money. So when the commercial bank's credit creating capacity reduces, people is going to get less loan, so money supply in the economy will be less. Now commercial banks are profit maximizers. They want to give more and more loans because they earn interest income. But here in this situation, if they are giving less loans, they will automatically get less interest income. So what they will do, at least to a handful of people whom they are giving loans, they will be charging a higher market rate of interest to maximize the profit. So market rate of interest means the rate of interest which we pay to the commercial banks for taking the loan. So market rate of interest will again go up. As the market rate of interest goes up, so for us also taking loan becomes costly. This also imposes a problem and people take less loans at that time. So money supply will be reducing and people will be deferring their demand. They will be postponing their demand for future dates because they have less money supply. So loans will decrease and it will contract the aggregate demand in the economy. As the demand reduces, that means demand is lesser than the supply. So suppliers will be having their existing stock of products. which they want to run down. So how the suppliers will be running down the stock? If they charge a lesser price, that will attract some of the demanders. So they will be reducing the price in the economy. Now, when the price level reduces, it can solve the problem of inflation. Now just understand it very carefully. RBI purposively have increased the bank rate. Why it has increased the bank rate? To get this final conclusion. That means RBI is actually wanted to reduce the price level in the economy. Why it wanted to reduce the price level? Of course, it hints at the situation that price was much above, for which the RBI resorted to reduce the price. And how reduction of price was possible? Just by increasing the bank rate. So everything is just a channelized effect, one after the other. RBI saw that there is inflation, price is too high in the economy. That's why it has increased the bank rate, so that through this channelized effect, it can get to reduce the price level in the economy, solving the problem of inflation. Now what happens if the bank rate reduces? Just now you have seen that when the bank rate increases, what are the effects? Bank rate reduction will have just the opposite effects. So when the RBI reduces the bank rate, that means it gives easy loans to the commercial bank. So commercial banks credit creating capacity also increases. So if commercial banks can take more money from central bank, they will be able to extend more loans in the economy. Money supply will increase, people will have more money. Now commercial banks can give loans to as much people as it want. So it can take profit from all of them. So it will reduce the interest charges because it has different areas from where it will take the profit. So market rate of interest will now reduce. That means we have to take loans at a reduced interest rate. So the cost of loan reduces for us. Automatically when we have the interest burden will be lessened, we will try to take more loans and demand a lot of products because we have very easy loan supply or money supply. So aggregate demand in the economy will increase, and what will happen? Demand will surpass the amount of quantity supplied. So consumers are demanding more than the suppliers are able to give the products delivery in the market. And as a result, due to the shortage in supply but excess demand, it puts an upward pressure on the price, so that few demanders will not create a chaos. As increased price, they will not be able to facilitate and they will be stopping their demand. So price level will increase. Now, when this is the end result, when price level increases, what problem is solved? The problem of deflation is solved. That means the producer's problem is solved. They were facing the problem of reduced price or deflation, for which RBI felt that there is a need to increase the price level. So what it has taken the step, it has reduced the bank rate so as to achieve an increase in the price level and solve the problem of the producers. So bank rate, you have to remember that when bank rate increases, what is the problem it is solving and how RBI's increase of bank rate can bring the economy back to its equilibrium. How bank rate reduction is again solving the problem of the economy, problem of deflation, and bringing the economy back to its equilibrium position by increasing the price level. Now we will study what are the effectiveness of the policy. Effectiveness means when this RBI's change of bank rate is going to make the difference, is going to solve the problem of inflation or deflation. That means commercial banks, it can solve the problem or bank rate increase or decrease is effective when, suppose commercial banks, they have no excess reserves. That means they have no money. So their entire loan amount depends on how much loan is given to them by the central bank. So when commercial banks turn fully dependent on the central bank for money, then central bank's policy fluctuation is going to create a fluctuation in the amount of loan created in the economy. But if the commercial bank already have excess reserve means after accepting the deposit, a certain amount you have to keep aside and whatever is left we call it excess reserve. If it already has excess reserve, then its loan creation capacity won't decrease. It will be increasing even whatever policy the RBI is going to take. Now in the previous example what we have seen that when bank rate increases, commercial banks are unable to take loan from central bank, so commercial banks loan creation decreases. But for example, if we take that this commercial bank has got excess reserves, excess money, so their loan capacity won't decrease, whatever policy RBI has taken. They will extend loans in the economy, money supply will automatically rise. So what will happen? What RBI wants to achieve cannot be achieved and the policy will be turning ineffective. Now bank rate can also be ineffective if the loan is extended from the NBFCs. Now what is NBFC? Non-banking financial institutions or corporations. Now apart from banks, there are many financial institutions which nowadays give loan. So whatever RBI or central bank is taking policies, it is going to affect the loan creation through the commercial banks, but it won't affect the loan creation from the NBFCs. So the aim of RBI to reduce inflation or deflation cannot be achieved if NBFCs are not in cooperation with the RBI's role. Because RBI's, under the purview of RBI, only commercial banks fall. NBFCs don't fall under the purview of RBI. So whatever policy RBI is taking is only going to affect the commercial banks and the loan creation through them. But the loan creation from the NBFC will remain unaltered. So for example, if I say that RBI want to reduce the inflation problem. Now when inflation can be reduced? If the price level reduces. Now when price level reduces? When people demand less, that means they have less money supply. So commercial banks are giving less loan, so people have less money supply. But there are many people who are taking loan from NBFCs. So they will be automatically creating demand and the price level will not fall. The price level will continue to rise because of steady demand. So RBI's aim or ultimate goal cannot be achieved if NBFCs are extending loan. Now third, this bank rate, whatever increase or decrease, whatever RBI is doing, the end result is price rise or price fall, solving the problem of deflation or inflation. And all the sectors are equally affected. That means if RBI decreases the bank rate, you can see if RBI decreases the bank rate, then the commercial banks can take easy loans and create more credit, more loans in the economy. So all the sectors, agriculture, industry, individuals, everyone can take loans from the banks. So everyone is equally affected. All the sectors are equally affected. So if bank rate increases, that means commercial banks can take less loans from central banks. When they take less loan, they will be able to give less loan to all the sectors, whether agriculture, industry, individual, everyone. So everyone is going to feel the pinch. So there is no difference according to sectors. All the sectors are going to feel the same effect.